What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday, and welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS live stream. I'm your host, James Grande, joined by Keith Eister. Keith, happy Friday. How you
Happy
doing?
Friday. A little more happier for you than me, I suppose. Your Yankees got one over on my Cubs in the first game of the day, but yeah, GG's. It was an okay game. Good pitchers duel there. Talking pre-show how Warren was raising his trade value for y'all. So good news on the Yankees front. Cubs could need to hit the ball to win a game, I suppose. That's the main issue there.
Yeah, that is the main issue. For sure. Understand it completely. It's a terrible feel. Like, if your pitcher goes out and just craps the bed, then so be it. It is what it is. But when your offense doesn't score, it's by far the worst outcome. It's like you're watching
You
it
feel
just
helpless.
yes. Yes. So yes, 2-0 game goes to my Yankees. Don't know if tomorrow's game is going to be played. Heard there is a boatload of rain in the forecast, so we will see if maybe we double dip on Sunday. I guess we'll have to see, but game one goes to me. We'll see about the rest of the series. We have 13 more big ones to talk about tonight, Keith. Not only 13 games, there's a whole lot going on. We've had multiple pitchers already scratched from the slate. Casey Mize will not pitch again until he's on a new team or it's post All-Star break. And Freddie Peralta was scratched from his start for the Mets. So we have two pitchers already done for the day. We have Coors, we have Sutter Health, and everything is live. To every person and player is possibly could be removed from their game. We all watched Luka Doncic get traded in the middle of the night. Anything is possible.
Yeah, it's that time of the year, right, where you have to be able to handle that. It's going to happen. There's no way to predict it. If you want to avoid guys who are rumored to be on the trade block, then so be it. But personally, I mean, obviously monitor news up until the game. But if you lose a couple at bats in a game because a guy is dealt in the middle of it, so be it. You know, you just move on to the next slate. But it's definitely that time of year where you need to be aware of that stuff.
Yes. And to your point, it is hard to stay away from trade rumors because they're everywhere, right? It's like every team is potentially selling this player, or every team is buying, or we just don't know at this point. So excuse me. I tried to hit the mute button, but I missed it, and I couldn't take it back. There's so many teams that are currently in the race in both the American League and the NL. It's just impossible to know what teams are doing at this point. So we are all kind of Jesus take the wheel right now, right? We're just it's all the same, and we're gonna hopefully we dodge the bullets, but that's DFS, and that's playing DFS in the middle of a trade deadline. Thank you to all that are tuning in to this Friday show and that tune in each and every day. Or if you're new, welcome to the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS live stream. We do this 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. We also have a preview show Monday through Friday, recorded the night before First Look podcast. If you guys would be so kind, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that stuff. Davis hopes that there is a better DK contest available. Well, if only you played 6 years ago, that would have, well, not 6 because there was a pandemic. You wouldn't have been playing baseball at that time. So 7 to 8 years ago, you would have had those contests available to you.
Maybe you could have found a KBO one 6 years ago.
You know what? Dude, were you in the KBO streets too? I
had a couple big takedowns in KBO.
Dude, I loved doing KBO content. It was such fun baseball. Such fun baseball.
It was a severe adjustment getting used to the names, and once you were able to get past that, it was tons of fun just learning a whole new league. And it's a very competitive league too. So I quite enjoyed my time in the KBO as well. Maybe we'll get it back next year when MLB is in a lockout.
You know what? Touche. Some guy TJIF, and also Imanaga hit his K prop. Of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, the Yankees strike
Imanaga's
out.
been great, man.
Yeah.
He's always going to have the home run problem, but yeah, he pitched really well again. They made an adjustment with him on the mound, like moved him over towards third base a little bit, like 5 or 6 starts back. He's been much better since then. So yeah, congrats to him for hitting the K prop. Always love that.
And then Anthony wants to know, and okay. I didn't read the full thing. Here's the problem. Like, he is expected to be the long man. No.
He also stinks at baseball, at
Yeah.
throwing the baseball, which is
Yeah.
what he's paid to do. I mean, stinks relative to his peers. Obviously,
Yes.
he's still one of the most talented arms
Yes.
in the world. But relative
Yes.
to his peers, German Marquez is no longer a very good pitcher.
Yes, he has had a lengthy career, and he was one of the few pitchers I would say that navigated Coors relatively well in his prime. That is not the case anymore, and he is no longer on the Rockies because he is no longer good. And so no. The answer, no. Well, short answer, no. Long answer, you just heard. My lanes here. Sup to you, dog. Lucky Luciano is here. What's up? Marie Don Yeezy in the house. What's happening? And then Lucky Luciano said, thanks for the content and the shows and the content and the shows. You can find the content right now for Keith on fantasyalarm.com by Keith. Fantasyalarm.com. Go check out his MLB DFS playbook if you are a subscriber. All right. Let's get into everything, and we'll start with the pitcher's position. Dylan Cease tops the list. I just had a really bad brain fart and almost called him Brian Miller, and then I went to, I don't even know where the second name I went to. I just had to figure it out on the fly. Bryce Miller, 9,500. Nathan Eovaldi, 93. Hunter Brown, 9K. That makes up your 9K and up tier.
Yeah, a lot of good names there. There's one that stands above the rest, and that is Dylan Cease.
Yeah.
He has been incredible this season. Only one starting pitcher in all of baseball has a higher strikeout rate. That'd be Mizorowski, the dude that throws 105 miles an hour. 36% for Dylan Cease, pretty great. Don't have a bad thing to say about him. Extremely matchup proof at this point. I mean, he's just been absolutely dominant. I think 10-7 is more than fair of a price tag for him. He is the highest rostered pitcher of the day. He deserves to be the highest rostered pitcher of the day. He will be my highest rostered pitcher of the day. There's nothing bad to say here.
Yes, no notes. You'd actually appreciate this because you're a baseball nerd like me. He spoke to Pitching Ninja at the All-Star game. I don't know if you caught this video.
I did.
But you did, whereas
Yep.
he literally just changed he added a head turn, and that has centered him.
Yep.
Insane.
It's the margins are so insane. And I was just talking about Shota, he moved 2 inches to the right on the mound, and that changed his whole season around. It is just so crazy how these minor adjustments can just absolutely vault a guy, or if they're just off the other direction slightly, they can just completely lose their effectiveness. So Cease has got it rolling. Glad that he made the adjustment. Looks like everybody thought the Blue Jays might have overpaid for him. Looks like they might have got a great deal here.
Yeah.
He's been incredible.
What about the next tier? Brown is the guy getting the ownership. I have been very interested to know what comes after his last start, because his last start, when you look, was as good as you'll see around Major League Baseball, but it's one start that he's been good since the shoulder injury.
Yeah, one thing jumps off the page there, and that's the BB column. He had major control issues heading into that start, and then all of a sudden, whatever we just talked about, minor adjustments, maybe he's made an adjustment that completely gave him his command back, and we know this guy can be a legitimate ace caliber pitcher when he is on. If that's who he is at this point, $9,000 is way too cheap for him, no matter who he's facing. Texas has been slightly above average, but I wouldn't call it a tough matchup by any means. If he's the guy we saw in the last start, he's probably got the highest upside in this tier. The fact that the field is already buying in has me a little skeptical. I actually prefer Eovaldi a little bit more. He's just been more consistent. Eovaldi, I've said this a couple of times on these shows. He has the highest swinging strike rate of his career this season.
It's crazy.
Like, dude is missing a ton of bats. He's been a little bit unlucky, but this consistency is starting to show up again. He's long been one of the most consistent starters in baseball. Like, for the last 5 or 6 years, he's been extremely consistent. I believe he's better than his surface level numbers. He's been pitching great. Another matchup that's just kind of meh, whatever. Like, I don't see it as a positive or a negative, but he's just a good pitcher. I like the price tag here, and I love the ownership number.
Agreed on all fronts. What stands out to you in the 8K range? Foster Griffin, Ronher Suarez, Brandon Young, Michael Wacha.
Not a range that I'm all that interested in investing in. Some good pitchers here. I don't love the upside. Suarez gets the Dodgers. I'm probably out there. Griffin's been solid, a little bit lucky if you look under the hood, and he gets the Braves, who are now have Ronald Acuna back, so probably not the easiest spot there. I like the values in the 7Ks a little bit more than the 8Ks.
I mean, if there was an answer, I know we don't want to. It's Brandon Young.
Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty good. The Phillies just can't get out of their own way this season.
No.
So I get it. I just 8,200 doesn't feel great for a guy that doesn't miss a ton of bats. He has been very good, though. Congrats to him. I'm just not fully bought in on that, I don't think.
We're happy for you and your family, Brandon Young.
Yes.
All I'm saying is Philly is the team that gets the most ownership with the least reason as to why. They're not getting any today. I'm not saying they are, but that offense has been putrid against right-handed pitching. 92 WRC plus, almost a 24% strikeout rate. So they don't deserve their people's respect is on the back of 3 older players in their lineup that are underperforming at the current moment and have been for a lot of the year, other than the home runs for Schwarber.
Yeah.
You'd like the 7K range. I assume it's who everybody likes, and I'm assuming we're going to Drowan first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the ownership number, honestly, but you have to love the matchup.
Yes.
The Angels strike out a ton, more than anyone in baseball against left-handed pitching. They're exactly average. Like, it's a very good matchup, and the pitcher has been really good as well. Drowan, the strikeouts are ticking up even more than where they were. They dipped a little bit moving to the rotation. Now we're starting to see them come back. If he gets back, like when he was a reliever, he was up in like the 28% range.
Yep.
So I do think there's a lot of upside here, and especially given the matchup here against the Angels. I wish he was lower owned, but people are too smart these days. It is what it is. You kind of have to eat the ownership. It is a massive slate. I don't think I'm going to try to go like way over. Like, I'm not trying to double the field or anything. So probably roughly even with the field, maybe slightly 5-10% over. But I am looking for pivots in the range, and none of them are as comfortable as Drowan. Like, he's the one with obvious upside here.
Anthony wants to know why nobody wants to play 10-2 Nick Martinez.
Yeah, I actually wrote him up today, and I don't often write up pitchers like this. But as I said, I'm looking for a pivot off of Drowan because the ownership is a little bit uncomfortable. The White Sox are a scary offense, honestly. They've been outstanding, but Martinez has been better. If you look under the hood, there's a lot of luck involved. I don't love the BABIP and the strand rate. Those are two things that should regress to the mean. He doesn't deserve the 2.45 ERA or the 10-2 record if you're into that stuff, but he has been undeniably good. The strikeouts are not great, but the White Sox, while they're an above average offense, they do strike out at like the 7th highest rate against righties. So maybe there's a little sneaky upside if he can get you through 6 innings and get the win with 5 or 6 strikeouts. That looks pretty good at 7,800. So I am in today. I usually like to look for a little bit more strikeout upside when I'm targeting pitchers for DFS, but I get it. There's just not a ton of great pivots around Drowan today. Martinez is one of them.
Another one in this range getting ownership is Tanner Bybee.
Yeah, and I'm on board with this as well. You've talked a ton about how bad Arizona is against right-handed pitching. The Reds have fallen below them now, but they've been flirting with the worst team in baseball against righties all season long. They don't strike out a ton, but Bybee has pretty good stuff, and when he's got it working, he can find some strikeouts on his own, even if the matchup isn't ideal. 5 in each of his last 2 outings. He pitches pretty deep into games. There's inconsistency there. He can lose his command at times, but that's why he's sitting down here at $7,000. The price tag for the talent of the pitcher, I think, is pretty good, and the matchup looks great. So I am in here. It's been an inconsistent season, but I think there's still talent in this arm.
Anthony called him Tanner Bubble, and I think that's what I want to start calling him as well. I want to start calling him Tanner Bubble as well. Stoughton, Bohm, or only Philly Bats to trust? No, none of them. Nick Martinez pivot. There's your re-endorsement there. He does not strike a lot of people out. Anthony Yamamoto's pitching tomorrow. They pushed him to. There's a bullpen game today against Boston. So cease. The answer,
yes.
The answer is there. Cease.
Cease has the highest win odds on the slate. Shane Drone actually has the second, which, I mean, Milwaukee's obviously a very good team. Not too surprising with the way that Drone's been going. So yeah, thought that was definitely interesting. That's something we included in the playbook, of course.
Kyle Leahy, your thoughts? Because John and I did a pretty in-depth chatter. Did some pretty in-depth chatter about Leahy last night. He's been so damn good, but it's another Cardinals pitcher where you look under the hood and everything looks way like he is so far away from this pitcher on the surface that like it's so hard to believe these results.
It really is difficult to believe the results. He has almost a 50% hard hit rate. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
How is he keeping the ball in the park, first of all? He's not missing a ton of bats. That has ticked up a little bit recently. Out rate, the 50% hard hit rate is really what I can't get past that. Like 10.8% barrel rate. The dude just gets squared up. He doesn't deserve the 3.5 ERA, like you said. The expected ERA is 5.18 to that point. XFIP and Sierra are a little bit more kind to him as far as estimators go, especially XFIP. I don't buy the run prevention, and he doesn't strike out that many. So where's the upside? If he allows too many runs and doesn't strike out enough, it's really hard for him to get there.
Agreed. Shay, I just reran the Brewers. You should see them coming up shortly. He's not on the IL. Everyone thought Bowers was dead, but he ended up playing last night. So, love that. Love that from you, Schnapes. Congratulations on the GPP win, dude.
Yeah, congrats.
Yuri Perez, Sasaki, 5-man Tigers, Ellie and Acuna, I'm assuming tonight. Congrats, Schnapes. Thanks for always coming in and big time. Acuna or James Wood? We can yeah, Acuna or James Wood?
Who are the Nationals? Oh, is that on a different slate? Why am I not? Who are the Nationals playing? Help me out here.
The Nationals.
Oh no, they're playing each other. The Braves. Okay.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. I lean slightly Wood there. I know Elder's been okay, but like there's still a lefty problem there. I'd go Wood.
Doc Ellis was a pitcher for like the Dodgers in like the 50s, wasn't he?
I don't know that name, honestly.
I think he was I feel like he was like a Dodgers pitcher from like the 50s or something like that. Anthony, again, Casey Mize not pitching today. He was scratched. And then Keith said Evaldi already. So Evaldi. Yep. Any other pitchers that you want to highlight today?
Because I did consider writing up
no one's getting ownership. Yeah, no one's getting any ownership. I also have one other. So let's see if we're
because Bybee is not unowned. I was searching down here. Wizenhunt is the guy that I have a little bit of interest in here. San Diego's been awful against lefties. Wizenhunt is a decent prospect, not an elite prospect by any means, but he does have an elite pitch and missed a ton of bats in the lower minors. He has an 80 grade changeup according to Fangraphs. Like the strikeouts haven't been abundant. He did strike out 7 in his last start. It was that great matchup against the Angels that we always target. But I do think that he can have some success here. It's a solid pitcher's park. Would be even better if he was at home, but still a solid spot in San Diego. And I like the matchup. So I don't mind taking a few shares of Wisenhunt here, just trying to get away from the Bybee and Drowan ownership.
Mine was going to be Jansen Junk.
Okay.
But it's just targeting a bad Mets offense. Not completely convicted on it. I don't feel convicted about really anything under Drowan anyway. But yes, I think Jansen Junk is reasonable. The strikeouts have been okay. If you get any of these 2 starts since being back in Seattle and San Diego, you're in a good spot. Rays snacks sneaky. Yes, we'll talk about the Rays in a second. Steve, don't worry, Keith. We'll get to it right after the show. Pirates, but close. Doc Ellis is a pitcher for the Pirates. I don't know. We're getting. You know what? I took a shot.
Yeah, you knew he was a pitcher. I couldn't even pull the name, honestly. 50s, 70s. We're close. I'm
in my 30s. Like that's two of me, right? Like that's not with no chance. All right, catcher: Goodman, Dingler, Jeffers, Jensen, Baldwin. A lot of really good catching options today. I think there's a couple that stand out, but what say you here?
Yeah, absolutely loaded here at the top. Dingler, the Detroit's going to jump off the page everywhere because they're in Sutter Health. It's an undeniably great spot. I didn't honestly love the Tigers have been pretty bad against lefties, honestly.
Yeah.
92 WRC plus as a team. So the ownership is uncomfortable, but like when you dig into Springs' numbers, he's given up almost 2.5 home runs per 9, a huge fly ball pitcher in this tiny minor league ballpark. Like it makes sense why the Tigers are getting owned. Dingler's been an incredible hitter all season long, so he certainly stands out. I like Carter Jensen just as much in Coors against Sugano, whose ISO allowed begins with a 3. It's like 310 somewhere around there. Not good. Carter Jensen, very good hitter. You could certainly add Hunter Goodman in Coors on the other side of Coors in that game. The Rockies are far lower owned than the Royals, and they have the exact same team totals. So that we see this often, right? Like the visitors are in a new situation and people are excited about them. The Rockies are just kind of chugging along, doing their thing, but they're both right at around 5.5 runs today. So Goodman is right there with the other 2. Those are definitely the 3 elite guys that stand out.
Agreed. It is always very fascinating to me that, the Rockies rate out as a bad offense, but they don't rate out as a bad offense in Coors. Like they do have good numbers in Coors Field. So that is worth mentioning. How does their ownership, what is the discrepancy? It literally goes Dingler, Jensen, Goodman. They're like the only catchers getting any ownership today. It's there's no one else. Is there anyone else for you today, Keith? Like outside of the big 3, we'll call them the big 3, Bosch, Wade, and LeBron. Is there any other besides those 3 fine gentlemen?
William Contreras looks fine. I do like the Brewer stack quite a bit today. I would only play him in the Brewer stack probably, but he's an okay hitter. Power's just down a little bit this season, but he looks good. Liam Hicks with the pitching change. Not that Peralta was anything, but Senga has been truly awful. So I don't mind.
He's way worse. Yeah.
Cal Raleigh, like I'm just going to keep holding on to that power being in there somewhere still at 4K. I'm willing to take shots there, and Zebby has a lefty problem for sure.
Yes, for absolutely sure. If Valencia cracks the lineup, I like this kid a lot. Yes. I don't know if they're going to double catcher, play one at DH, but if they do, if he cracks the lineup, he has had some monster games at the major league level in a really short period of time.
Yes, and it's as good of a spot as you could possibly ask for.
Yeah, you mentioned the Springs home run problem. He is currently the leader in the clubhouse. He has allowed the most home runs in Major League Baseball.
Tough scene.
Tough scenes. He passed former Cub great Jameson Taillon.
Former.
At home, Jeffrey Springs has allowed 11 home runs to righties. 310 average, 400 WOBA, 581 slug. Good luck, Jeffrey Springs. You can always play, if you want to play the other side, Jonah Heim hits a lot of home runs.
He does?
Ton of them in this ballpark. Anything else worth talking about at catcher?
Anything else is just a straight dart throw or a punt.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing even really standing out to make a note of.
First base. We had first base comment. Real Muto, no. I'm out on Philly. I'm totally out on Philly. I'm much more team Brandon Young than I am Philly tonight. Their offense is dreadful. Their players are calling each other out. Their managers calling their players out. It all stems from their GM telling everybody that their top player wasn't elite. I mean, it's just all a mess. There was a first baseman question. We'll get to Anthony. We'll get to your question here in a second. Talk to me about first here. We don't know if Shohei's going to play. Wasn't in the lineup last night. I assume he's back in the lineup tonight, but we will see. Munetaka Murakami, Freddie Freeman, Pete Alonso, Luis Garcia, Nick Kurtz, Wilson Contreras, Matt Olson. That's your 5K and up tier.
Yeah, I mean, any of them are playable. Not a lot of standout matchups here. I would say Kurtz in Sutter Health is definitely one that does stand out. I don't mind Harper against Young. Yeah, I mean those are the two. Everyone else is fine, but no stand. I'm probably out on Shohei until he proves he's a little bit healthier.
Okay.
Like it's too much at this point. Like, not that he can't go out there. Obviously, the Dodgers aren't going to run him into the ground. If he's in the lineup, he's probably good to go. But it's a little bit paying $6,400 for a guy on a bum leg is iffy.
I'm like pretty interested in Pete tonight. I mean, they're calling Painter back up. Painter was not a good major league pitcher when he was, and he's also probably their primary trade chip. So like they need him to be good, and I think that's so much pressure on him. I think the Orioles could do some big time damage tonight. I think Pete's definitely a sneaky play there at first. Going down the list, what about the 4K range? What stands out?
Yeah, I mentioned liking Brewers. Bowers is jumping out for sure. His numbers are great this season. Ryan Johnson has had some success, but he's also had some real problems at times. Also, if he's not on, I think the Brewers can do a ton of damage today. So love Bowers. Rumfield and Coors always playable. Walk has been a little reverse splitsy, but he does give up power to lefties too, and it's Coors Field, so anything can happen. Had a question about Stowers in the chat. I'm fully on board with that. I think the Marlins are sneaky. Senga has had real issues getting outs, has had real issues throwing strikes, and the Marlins have been a solid offense at times. So I do like the Stowers shout. And then I'm probably going below 4K after that.
Yeah, it was Stowers, Harper, Freeman, or Salvador Perez was Anthony's question.
I mean, there's not a bad option amongst them. And they're at different price tiers. So they might be more closely aligned on FanDuel, but DK, that's a wide range of pricing. Factoring in price, I'd probably go Stowers, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, just home run upside. That's all he's doing. He's just homering, and he gets a bad pitcher in Kodai Senga. So I agree. I like Stowers a lot as well. Under 4K, you said there were some names. I assume it starts with Spencer Torkelson and the power.
Yeah, I mean, top team total of the day. He is a reverse splits guy, so but I mean, Springs is just a bad lefty, so like I don't really care about the splits in this spot. It's more about the ballpark.
Yeah.
And Springs may not be in there for very long. We've cited some of his numbers already, so yeah, Torkelson is definitely a standout. That's
also a good thing too. The A's bullpen is terrible, so like it's bad starter into bad bullpen. It's all good. It's all good for the Tigers tonight. What else? I mean, $3,700 Salvador Perez in Coors while his bat has been like alive. has definitely been something to note.
Yeah, I mean, it's the price tag in Coors Field, as you mentioned. There's still power here, so I'm on board. I don't love that he's getting ownership. Like, I like Torkelson at a little bit lower ownership, but yeah, Salvi's great too.
It's $3,700.
Cheap.
Interesting. Any other cheapies?
Nothing in that tier for sure. Like Torkelson and Salvi stand out above the rest pretty clearly. I don't even see anything worth mentioning outside of those two, honestly.
Yeah, I largely agree. Shout out Bryce Eldridge. He's starting to get the power swing.
Big power. Down. Ty France has been incredible. If you just wanted another name,
true. And he gets a lefty, and he hits in the middle of their lineup. So, Ty France also rates out this year as the best defensive first baseman in the game. Bet you didn't know that.
I did not.
It's a wild. It's a wild 2026 for Ty France. Let me tell you. Second base, Bryce Terang, 5,200. JJ Weatherholt, that's your 5K tier. And then we have a whole list of names. Michael Massey and Gleyber Torres are currently getting a lot of ownership here. Michael Massey's actually fallen a little bit. It's the two Tigers. We'll get to one of them in a bit. Is there anything other than Gleyber that you want to highlight up here, or is just Gleyber? It's Gleyber and then everybody else.
Terang is right there with Gleyber for me. I know he's expensive, but he deserves it, man. Like, he's hitting for power this year, and you add that to his speed, like, that's an elite fantasy player, and that is what Bryce Terang has been this season.
At a bad position, a position that like is bad typically for fantasy. So I agree. Massey is 4,700. I'm uncomfortable there personally, and not just because I don't think he's a very good player. I just think it's a little bit of an uncomfortable price tag, like as a baseline. But I mean, it's Sugano, so
yeah, exactly. I agree with everything that you said. The price tag's a bit uncomfortable, but he is facing a pitcher that has a 300 ISO allowed to lefties.
It just gets to a point where, like, if you are playing Dylan Cease, right? Do you want to allocate $4,700 to Michael Massey, or do you want to allocate $4,700 to someone else?
Right. Like, there's going to be the outfield is going to be loaded in this range at 4,700.
Correct. That's kind of where I'm leaning as well. We do have Gleyber. He has hit lefties really well over the last few years. He has had some big games since returning from the IL as well. He looks great at 4,500. Should hit the top, if not the tippy top of their lineup. Might lead off, might hit second, might hit third. All TBD. What else at second? Anywhere price-wise you want to talk about? We'll get to the other Tiger here in a second.
Let's see here. Like, Cole Young is okay, depending on where he hits in the lineup. He has seen a little bit of time in the leadoff spot. Not sure he'll be there. If he is, that definitely improves his outlook a little bit. Mentioned Zebby's lefty problem. Yeah, till we get down to the other Tiger here, I don't see a ton else.
Yeah, it was Cole Young for me. It would have been Castro if he was in the lineup. He is not. Xavier Edwards would probably be perfect in a Marlin stack. You need him to utilize his speed, but he is a very quality hitter. How you Lee?
Yeah,
he's been really good.
Been really good. Hitting in the middle of the lineup is way too cheap for this spot.
Yeah,
probably the top value on the slate for me.
Yeah, and he's owned that way. I believe last I checked, he's the highest rostered position player of the day. He is. Yeah,
like I said, I don't love the Tigers' ownership at all today. I think it's a great spot for them, but we're talking about a 13-game slate here, and we're approaching or over 20% ownership on a lot of these guys. It's tough.
How you Lee almost 26% rostered tonight. It's a lot, but it is second. He does have second and third. It's two bad positions in DFS. In a small ballpark, hitting in the middle of the lineup against a guy who gives up home runs. Like everything you said is true, and yet it's a good play. Like this is a situation where, like, I would be perfectly fine with someone going to pivot elsewhere, but if like you were like convicted on the Tigers, you were like, I don't care about the ownership, I'm playing the Tigers, and if you wanted to full stack them, play a low rostered 3-man stack somewhere else.
Yep.
Get different elsewhere. Just play the Tigers and get different elsewhere.
Yep. There's definitely ways to make it work.
Definitely ways to make it work. We don't need to go anywhere else at second. Let's go to third. Junior Caminero is probably in one of the better home run spots of the day, but it is impossible to get there if you're, playing Cease and a spend up catcher, and we still haven't even talked the outfield. So you're getting a really low on Caminero. Max Muncy is getting no ownership, lefty. Miguel Vargas is getting no ownership, and Jose Ramirez, he's your first one getting any. Is any of those 5K third baseman priorities for you?
Jose Ramirez is. The Guardians are getting some ownership, but not anywhere near the level that they should be. Mitch Bratt has not shown capable of getting major league hitters out
at
a major league level at this point. I think Cleveland is a fantastic stack. They're off the board. Like, they're not in the top 4 or 5 owned stacks of the day, and I feel like they probably should be. Their numbers against lefties are terrible for the season, but we know that Ramirez has hit lefties well in his career, and he missed 2 months or whatever. So him back in the lineup definitely adds a lot of depth to this lineup. I like Cleveland today. I like Jose Ramirez today.
Glaber, Risky, and Detroit. So what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this at the top of the show. Like, you can't predict if he's going to get traded today, tomorrow, or if they end up hanging on to him. Like, it's just, it takes 2 teams to make a deal. I haven't seen anything that says it's imminent, so I am going to play him like it's not a risk today, basically. If it burns me, I've been playing this game long enough that I know that this time of year, those kinds of things happen.
Yeah, I mean, I would say on the imminent front, I would say scratching Casey Mize was definitely signs of like, we're on the phones, we're trying to move some pieces around, but they're also fielding calls for so many players. The Tigers are a very attractive team to acquire players from because they have so many expiring contracts. Mize, Glaber, Skubal, just those 3 alone, they're going to get calls for all day, every day. They're not sleeping over there.
Yep.
I just placed a no sweat bet on Kyle Schwarber to home run right before your comment about Philly. I mean, they just like, I get what you guys are. I get why like Philly is this like, wow, they have all these home run hitters, but like their numbers stink against right-handed pitching, and it wouldn't be surprising if Schwarber hit a solo shot and they just got blanked the rest of the night.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Schwarber's ever a bad bet to homer.
No, ever, never. Who would you rather pair? We'll come back to the pair with Cease. Are Marte and Corbin Carroll viable?
I mean, always. Like, I don't have Arizona as one of my top stacks today, but like, yeah, Bybee has a known lefty problem. So yes, of course they're viable.
Yeah, continuing an ongoing lefty problem.
Yes.
196 ISO, 206 expected. It's just year in, year out. He does this against lefties. KBO was fun. He was Pody was looking for the Korean weather reports. All of them playing domes, brother, and getting the correct Kim in your lineup.
The correct Kim is
there. It was like a really like you said. You really, once you learn the players, like, it wasn't a problem, but it did take a little bit to like figure out, because that like Korean culture too. They list names differently too. Like, we say Hao Yu Lee, but it could be
Lee Hao Yu.
Yeah, Lee Hao Yu
right.
in Korean. So it was a little tricky to like get that, but once it was fun. Like, the KBO is a great. I mean, they are so. It is such a fun brand of baseball. Such a fun brand of baseball. Back to third. I play third. We go. Manny Machado live for a home run always, because he's been really good at baseball for like 2 months now.
Yep, definitely.
What about the rest of? Oh, I just signed up. I just signed up for DraftKings. Okay, we're we're back. All right. It told me the contest was full, but now we're back. So yeah, I guess not. What about the rest of third here, Keith?
Okamoto always in play. We talked about Leahy, how his ERA needs to be, it probably should be higher than it is. So I definitely like him. Love the power there.
Yep.
Bryce Miller hasn't been as dominant recently. Brooks Lee's been really good. I don't hate that.
He has not. He has not missed a lot of bats, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, 0 strikeouts his last outing. That's a little bit crazy, but
yeah, we'll it was see. Crazy. It was crazy. They do have Rengifo, I think, was hitting second again. The Jeremy Lin run of Luis Rengifo hitting second for the Padres has been a crazy time. And then Kyle Karros is back in the lineup tonight. He is hitting fifth, $3,300.
Yeah, that looks great. Mentioned Waka's reverse splits, so I'm fully on board with that value play.
Yeah, 222 ISO for righties this year against Michael Waka. Kyle Karros 187 ISO 346 WOBA against righties in his own.
Yeah, very strong and has been better, even better than that recently.
Yeah, has even been better than that and hitting fifth at $3,300. Yeah. You want to find a way to counteract how you Lee's ownership. I mean, Karros is getting a bunch, but like he's half the ownership as Lee at third. So, and you can play them both if you want to extreme, like two extreme values. It's Lee and it's Karros. That's easy plugs. Anything else here in the value range, Keith?
Yeah, Josh Rojas is in Coors also. That's, I mean, it is what it is.
I asked you if anything else is here, Keith. I didn't ask you to say Josh Rojas. I'm just kidding. He's been fun.
Yeah, I mean, hasn't been a great hitter, but in Coors, cheap.
$3,100, yeah.
Yeah.
Multi-positional eligibility. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. You put one in the gap and you get a triple and you score, and then next thing you know, he's in every winning lineup. Shortstop, we go CJ Abrams, really good at baseball. Will he or will he not be traded? The world will never know until they do. Kevin McGonigal, 5K. That's your spend ups. And then you have a whole litany of 4K shortstops. Just run down the list of like who you like, who you love, who you hate.
Yeah, I mean, McGonigal is the one that stands out. He's lefty, but Springs has given up plenty of power to lefties as well. Yes. You mentioned leading baseball in home runs allowed. And he's at home in his minor league park here today. So that looks great. Gunnar, it's been a rough season for him, but pretty good spot for Baltimore today. You mentioned liking them as a stack. Gunnar would be a part of that for me.
Yep.
Let's see who else we got here. Otto Lopez, another guy who's been rumored to be moved, has had an incredible season. Like the spot against Senga for the Marlins.
See you later, Young Guapo. Or Yana Guapo. That was our bot for today. Young Guapo. See you later, Young Guapo.
Who was that?
He was the spam bot that was trying to sneak into the chat.
Let's see who else we got here. Turner's fine. He's been a little better. What do you got?
Would you play Mets today? Like they're obviously like a little interesting because no Soto makes them pretty affordable at the top of their lineup, right? Like Lindor, the two young outfielders are all like super affordable. Junk's had a little bit of a lefty problem. 179 ISO to lefties, 378 WOBA. Lindor's obviously had this monster game, but has had some bad luck this year. He's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I mean, that price definitely stands out for this hitter. I know he's had some health issues that maybe he's fallen off the radar, but like he's a great fantasy player when he's healthy. So I don't hate that call, honestly. I'm probably on the Junk side of it more than the Mets side, but I think there should be interest on both sides.
I think that's how I would be as well. Trey Turner goes yard twice. Show your true colors, Anthony. Never say anything bad about your team, even when they're even when they're in the dumps, right? It might not make the playoffs. So
He did that to me once this season already when I was crapping all over him. Now that James is crapping on him, maybe he gets grande today.
That's true. That's true. What about value shortstops? I will not play Ezekiel Tovar. That's all I can.
Okay.
He is the worst. I mean, he is the worst player in Major League Baseball this year.
Can I interest you in one Javier El Mago Baez?
Yes. You absolutely can. I actually picked him up in a seasonal daily moves league today, just to stream, knowing that Jeffrey Springs was on the other side of the match.
I mean, he has hit lefties this season.
Yes,
and he's free. So yeah, I'm probably in there.
Is he getting ownership? He is getting ownership. There's no one getting like a runaway at shortstop. Right. McGonigal, Baez, Rojas are your 3 top owned shortstops.
Because it's not a great position, honestly.
No, it's not. Jacob Wilson's getting some ownership. Lindor, Otto Lopez, as we mentioned. Cooper Pratt is getting some ownership. This is a player that I've been talking a lot about. You and I actually had the discussion early. His bat has been way better than I think anyone would have thought upon being called up, and everything looks legit too. And he runs a ton. When he gets on, he runs. I think Cooper Pratt has some. You said you like the Brewers, so I wouldn't be surprised if you like Pratt too.
Yep, I'm in there for sure.
I think we got a Brewers. Did we get a Brewers lineup? Maybe I'm making that up. I'm making it up. It was Tatsuya Imai got moved to the bullpen. Sure, that's going to go over really well for them. Anything else at shortstop today?
Nothing for me.
Nothing for you. Let's go to the outfield. Finish this puppy off. Wood, Alvarez, Ohtani for no reason at all. Tatis 6,200. Probably no objection other than why is Tatis 6,200?
Yeah, it doesn't feel. I mean, I know he had the little hot streak there. Maybe he's coming out of it and has figured out the launch angle issues. But yeah, that feels like a hefty price tag for what he's done this season.
If you win a tournament, obviously. If you win a tournament with a $6,200 Fernando Tatis this year, good for you. Good for you. What about the 5K tier? We have Schwarber, we have Acuna, Moniak, Chorio, Corbin Carroll, Jordan Walker. I mean, the list goes on and on. Is there any primary targets for you here in the 5K range?
Yeah, Moniak has been outstanding at Coors. Like we talked about how the Rockies are not a good offense, but when they're in Coors, they are a decent offense at least. And Moniak has been awesome at home.
He has been awesome at home. He's been awesome against righties. Those are the two things that he does well. He gets both. I mean, Mickey Moniak revival because of Coors Field is right. He's praying that he does not get traded at the deadline.
You're not going to see more extreme home road splits than that.
Yeah. You are. He is number one people not wanting to be traded. He is number one with a bullet. Yes. Yeah, Moniak stands out. Of course, you can play Ronald, and you can play anyone else here.
Jackson Chourio is definitely a standout for me. Another guy, yes. Like we've been talking about Brewers in the spot against an inexperienced pitcher. Like it's a great spot for him.
Anthony wants to know about Mike Trout. I mean, we like Drowan more than we like the Angels, but to be different.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, you're playing a great hitter who's facing a pitcher who's getting ownership today. So yeah, that's a great leverage play, honestly.
Righties against Drowan, 138 ISO, 301 WOBA, 24% strikeout rate. He's been really good against them. 12.6% swinging strike rate. He's just been really good. My Royals are in shambles. Yes, they are. They are bad.
Yes.
Quite bad. 4K range. I asked John this question last night. Does Jack Caglione hit the furthest home run ever recorded in Coors this weekend?
I mean, he's facing a pitcher with a 300 ISO allowed to lefties, and he's a lefty that hits the ball very, very far. So I'm picking up what you're putting down there.
Okay. Other than Cags, what do we like in the 4K range, Keith?
Riley Green is lefty, but he's getting lower ownership than some of his teammates, so I'd be fine. That's a way to differentiate your Tiger stack a little bit.
I mean, he's not going to get pinch hit for later in the game. Like, he's going to get at bats against righties.
Yep. Talked Bowers at first. Like him a ton today. Just to reiterate, Soderstrom in that small park is great. McCarthy and Coors, another guy that's probably a bit overpriced, but it's Coors. He's fine. Let's see.
Another split beneficiary. 216 point difference.
Yep, definitely. OPS. I prefer Seattle lefties, but 4,300 is a crazy price for Julio. I mean,
it is.
He's better than that.
Yes.
Lane Thomas and Coors, another guy that price is starting to creep up there, but it's an elite spot.
He's been good for a pretty good while.
Yeah, I think we have to buy that he's at least back to what he was, right? And historically, he's been better against lefties, but I'm just not afraid of Sugano. He doesn't strike anyone out, so the ball's going to be in play in a massive park at altitude. I'm in.
Garrett Mitchell probably fits your Brewer stack.
Yes.
Springer's been really good. You could definitely play him. Wish Carrick was in the lineup. I don't know why he's not, but he should be.
Yeah, agree. Next standout for me is definitely Chase DeLauder. He's been incredible this year when he's healthy, and he's hit lefties just fine. This lefty has not gotten lefties out at all. His splits, I don't know if Brad's splits are going to hold like that, but he's been awful against lefties. So nobody playing DeLauder. I love that.
Yeah, I just have a problem with the Guardians because they're just, they're so bad. Their offense
are they as bad as Mitch Bratt?
I guess that's the question you have to ask yourself. That's true. It's a good point. Would you play John Rave hitting 7th tonight at $4,000?
Whoa, 4,000 is crazy.
He got called up yesterday, 2 for 3 with 2 doubles in his return.
I mean, sure. The price seems outrageous to me, but
yes,
if he was 3K, I would certainly be in. 4K seems outrageous, but yes, it's Coors.
And then we go into the value tier. Joe Adele, Anthony wants to know. I mean, that's again another way to get different from playing Drowan. What else is on your mind here in the 3K and under tier?
Let's see here. Brandon Marsh, if you want to do the Phillies thing, not great.
Dude, he's the BABIP was eventually the BABIP luck was obviously gonna run out, and it's run out in a bad way.
Yeah, it hasn't been great, but I do still think he's talented. He was obviously getting lucky early, but he is a good player. Just he didn't deserve to be hitting over 300.
Yeah.
Canzone is a great pivot if you are not into the Marsh thing. Zebby Matthews, I mentioned, has that lefty problem. Canzone has a big time power.
Big time.
Luis Lara, another guy that fits a Brewer stack really well. Talented young rookie. Let's see. I mean, Isaac Collins, I don't love it, but it is what it is. Going to hit from the correct split against Sugano. Let's see. Mullins is okay. I don't hate I like the Rays a fair amount today.
Same.
We'll see what the Tigers do in the outfield. Expected to call up Max Clark, right? Did that officially happen?
Yes, he's up.
So that probably leaves Veerling out of the lineup. I don't know. We don't have a Tigers lineup yet, correct?
Nope. Okay. Anxiously waiting because
because Valencia we're interested in as a cheap catcher. Clark we'd be interested in, even though he's lefty. Do they let him debut lefty? I mean,
I think he's going to play. I think he plays every day.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't think they're selling and they're calling up a top 5 prospect in baseball. He's gonna
this is one of the best prospects in all of baseball. So I agree. He should be in there every day if he's going to be in the big leagues.
More hits or chains in his major league debut?
Oh man, what's he need? 4 hits to beat the chains? That might only tie it, right?
I'm asking. I'll go chains.
Yeah, I agree. That's the chalk, I think.
I think the chalk's chains.
I think you can get plus money on the under chains.
Yes, on the over hits. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is fascinating because between Baez, Clark, Vierling, Valencia, there's not room for everyone. I think Javi
Correct.
plays.
Yep.
I think he would be the safest bet. But I think they're not calling Clark up to just have him chill. Like he's literally third overall pick a few years ago, top 5 prospect since the beginning of the year, obviously with all the different call ups around the game. But like he's not here to just watch. He's going to play. So at whose expense is really the question.
Yep. Agreed.
And we don't know that because we don't have the lineup, and we would have been a great thing to have. Yeah, Collins is getting ownership. Back to your Collins call. We have a couple of leadoff hitters down here in Nathan Luquez and Dylan Beavers, 2,800 apiece. I would probably lean Beavers here, but I have no objection to either.
Yeah, I'm good with either.
But Javi's down here, 2,800. You could play him as well.
Yep.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I think that covers it.
All right, we're gonna get a lineup built, and we're gonna do it with the Fantasy Alarm lineup generator that you guys can now see on my screen right here. I'm just gonna do a little update so we get the latest and greatest. Where do you want to start, Keith? We had this question from Anthony here, and I wanted to actually get your take because I have a take. With Cease, does Blue Jays offense concern you?
I don't care about win points with a guy that can strike out 12.
Bingo. And I think that's the main point as well. I don't care if he loses 1-0 tonight.
Correct.
If he has 8 innings, 12 strikeouts, he is in every winning lineup imaginable, whether he wins the game or whether he doesn't.
He can score 40 DK points without getting a win.
Yes.
Probably has this year. I haven't looked, but I bet he has.
I bet you as well, just given what Dylan Cease has had behind him this year. All right. So let's do that. We're gonna lock Dylan Cease into our lineup. I actually have to minimize a little bit so I can get Dylan Cease locked in. So we're gonna lock Dylan Cease into our lineup tonight. Who else do you want to lock? Who else is a lock on the offensive side of things for you?
So Tigers are clearly the top offense of the day. They have the highest total. They're in the best park. It's just I don't know how comfortable I feel with like paying up for a Dingler or a McGonigal who's lefty. But I do think that some of the value, like Howie Lee and Javier Baez are the two. And then if Max Clark were in there, even lefty, like the Tigers' value is hard to get away from because the spot is so great, especially Lee in the middle of the lineup.
All right. So we're going to lock Lee. Yeah, we locked Lee and Baez. And we locked Dylan Cease. Give me one more player to lock into our lineup, and then we'll generate some lineups for the folks at home just to give you guys an idea. This is our new lineup optimizer that paying subscribers can get, and yeah, it's in beta, but it's out now, and we're testing it here on stream.
Yeah, we are pretty chalky right now, so I think we need to find a way to get off the board a little bit. I think a team that is not as popular as maybe they should be is the Brewers. So if you want to go Chourio or Terang.
Yeah, I like Chourio. Let's go Chourio. So we'll lock in Chourio and we'll generate some lineups. Top lineup gave us, I don't love Rincones tonight. I don't love Philly tonight. All right. This lineup, Eovaldi Cease was actually something that you had talked about previously.
Yeah, so since we are playing some Tigers chalk and Cease is the chalkiest pitcher, the Cease drone pairing is going to be extremely popular. So I think doing something like this, going up for Eovaldi in this lineup, is a great way to differentiate.
I'm gonna fade Philly here. You guys, there is a team projection here, and I'm just gonna, because I'm driving the point home. I don't care if Trey Turner hits 2 home runs on me tonight. I don't care what Anthony says in the chat today and tells me JT Realmuto is going to have 6 hits. We're gonna rerun this with our uh, with our locks and our fades because I'm just interested to see what it looks like. So with the previous iteration, we don't, and you guys can mess around with this. There are optimizer weights, there are player cores. If we wanted to, we can change our exposure to cores. We can change our exposure to Kansas City. We can run a 5-man stack, 4-man stack, whatever we want. So I'm just looking. The top projected lineup with the ceiling of over 200 points is a Cease Hunter Brown. Jensen, Jared Young, How You Lee, Brett Beatty, Baez, Chorio, Cowser, Acuna. That's with no correlation whatsoever. The second highest rostered one does have, again, Salvi and Jensen. It has your Chorio play and 2 Tigers. So we're not getting a lot of full Tiger stacks here in the generator. But you guys do get an idea of it's just generating without any. We're not locking anything else other than just random plays. So if we were to be more specific with wanting more Tigers and more Kansas City, but we did lock Cease, we did lock Lee, we did lock Baez, and we did lock Chorio. That'll do it for us here. Keith will get the rest of the playbook out for you guys at Fantasy Alarm up until roster lock. And if you guys have any questions, you could hop into the Discord. We appreciate everyone in the chat for tuning in. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll be back Sunday night with the preview show, and then we'll be rocking and rolling next week. Catch you guys later.